Okay, guys. We're going from the J7 Crown to the A50. I went ahead and turned it on, but then I realized I probably need to take my SIM card out of my old phone and put it in the new phone. So they give you this nice little tool. Yeah, a little bit there. You push it down in this little hole on the side of your phone, which releases the SIM card. At least I think I remember this being a SIM card. Push down, releases the SIM card holder. You pull it out, and inside is your SIM card plus my memory card. That's the old phone that we're taking those out of, and we're going to put those into the new phone, the A50, which we'll walk you through this A50 a little bit as I come across things. I'll try to do a better job this year than I did last year. And anyway, push this little tool down through the hole on this one too. Pull the slider out. And, oh, look, it's already got a SIM card in it. But we're going to try to put the old SIM card in here, because that should transfer my service and everything else. At least I think it does. Then we're going to take our memory card. We're going to put that in there too. Now if you notice, I'm not flipping this little piece of plastic every which direction. I'm keeping it the same direction that it was when I pulled it out. That way, when I put it back in, I don't have to worry about which way it goes. I didn't flip it around, I didn't drop it on the ground, I didn't step on it, I didn't push it anywhere. I took it straight out, held it in my hand the one way, and I'm putting it straight back in. See? Pretty simple. Now I need to reboot the phone. Maybe. Anyway, now it should detect that that SIM card's different. And it should have service. Okay, one of the first things that I noticed is that the A50, I don't know if the A10 and the A20 have it, but the A50 has a fingerprint scanner. So I mean, this is a lower end Galaxy model, and voila, bada bing, bada boom, we got that. So now the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to change the screen size, because these buttons are a little bit too big for me. So you're just going to scroll up and you're going to look for your settings. And I see these buttons are way too big for me. I mean, I'm old, but I'm not that old. Let's see, display, I think it's display. And blue light filter, I don't know. We could turn that on. Home screen grid, I think that's what it is. We want as many things on the screen as possible. So we're going to do the 5/6, I guess, since it's the only option we really have that's better. That's a little bit better at least. But since we're going through the screen settings, let's just go ahead and see some more, because I saw one that some people continuously want to ask about, or at least last year they wanted to ask about, and that's accessibility mode. Okay, easy mode. If you turn that on, that's for you older people, whereas it'll give you everything a little bit easier. I'm an older person, but I'm not that much older. Anyway, we got the home screen a little bit better looking now. Of course, I imported all my stuff. It makes it nice and easy. It just pops up the screen that sits there and says, "Hey, do you want to import everything?" I said, "Yes, I do." So, okay, I think it's worth noting that part of the reason why I went with this camera is it has 3 lenses on the back. If you can see them there. 1, 2, and 3. The first one's 25 megapixel. I think the second one was 8, and the third one's 5. I haven't taken a picture with it yet, so I don't know. But the forward-facing camera is supposed to be a 25 megapixel as well. And the A10 and the A20, the cameras were worse than the crown. So I felt that, you know, I in order to really move forward with this, I needed to have the camera that had a better picture. I'm going to change the rotation of the camera here. We're going to take a picture of myself. Yeah. So that's, oh my gosh. Oh, it's just, okay. So that's what the picture from the forward facing camera or the rear facing camera is going to look like. It's nice, pretty. That's nice and clear. Let's go with the forward facing camera, and oh wow, that's almost a fisheye. We'll take a picture here. And then, you know, that's what the other camera is. It's kind of a nice rounded view. That's using all three cameras, or all three lenses, so it does have a nice rounded view to it, and it comes out pretty clear. Never mind the the trim. We're working on it. we're a little slow. I've been working a lot. So yeah, it's got the two settings, whereas the big group of trees is like the entire encompassed area, and then the two trees is a much more focused shot. So I don't know, it's like a wide angle versus a regular angle. That's cool. I like that. One of the things that I do like is, you know, if you go to settings, yeah, you go through the settings. And this is something I like setting up. It's in advanced settings, and then you go down to send SOS messages. I do love this feature. I usually turn it on, and then, you know, you want to send messages to, and I'm going to select the person out of my contacts, and we're just going to kind of go off to the side here, that way you don't see any phone numbers. Okay, so then we're going to attach a photo. Yes, we want. Uh-oh, okay, we're going to turn it on. You got to turn it on first. And okay, and then I read it and agree to it. You want to attach a photo, and you want to attach the audio recording. Now, this is, when you press the power button 3 times, it'll automatically send a picture from the forward facing and a picture from the rear facing. It'll send a 5-second audio clip with your GPS location straight to the person that you have designated as your SOS receiver. So if stuff really happens and I am in trouble, and maybe I'm going to get shot or something, okay, just press the power button 3 times, and then boom, send SOS message. And it sends the message. So, you know, you just pick the camera up, face it towards the person that's, you know, coming at you or whatever, hit your button 3 times, so they're going to find your body. So there it goes. It says message sent out. So we'll go ahead and go over here to show you. You know, right here is a map that they can pull up that says where you're at. Boom. And then the 5 seconds of audio, and then the forward facing and the rear facing camera. Never mind the extra fridge sitting here, guys. Buddy's supposed to come pick it up. But that's what it sends. And then, of course, you know, Brandy says she'll come save me from the big bad camera. To me, that's worth setting up. Another question that was asked last year is the flashing notifications. So you go to your settings, you scroll down to find accessibility, click it, you go down to advanced settings, and then flash notification. You know, you want the camera to flash or do you want the screen to flash? You just turn it on. That way it'll flash, you know, And you can turn them both on. I mean, that way, and then notification reminders, get periodic reminders about notifications. Reminder every 3 minutes. So, with that said, if someone sends me a message and I turn my phone over, this thing's gonna flash every 3 minutes. Once every 3 minutes. The screen will flash once every 3 minutes. So, it's a nice little feature. Someone asked about it last year, so I thought I'd point that out. Okay, in split screen mode, you're going to hit your little thing that sits there and says, hey, all your recent stuff. Yeah, we're going to cancel that. Your most recent apps. And then you're going to want to scroll over here and you're going to say, okay, we want to open this screen up. So we're going to click on the little picture for the game. And then we're going to open it in split screen view. That's going to put it in the first half of the screen. Then we're just going to open up our email. And we're just going to click it again, just to open it up. Now, that's split screen, whereas the top part is the game, and the bottom part is my email. So, and if you go sideways, it just drops them sideways. So, it does have split screen mode. Happy about that. And of course, just to exit that, you just do that again. And someone asked last year about the headphone jack and the charging jack. They're both here down here at the bottom. I don't know if I can. I know my lighting's not the greatest out here, but I don't know if you can see that or not. But the charging jack, and it's a Type C, so that's the round one or the ovalish one that you can go either way. So that is a Type C, and then the headphone jack is the 3.5 millimeter standard headphone jack. So. Okay, and another question last year was whether or not this thing had the hotspots. So you go to your settings, you go to connections, and then let's see, mobile hotspot and tethering. Bada bing, bada boom. You can turn mobile hotspots on. You can do Bluetooth tethering, and you can also do USB tethering if you connect through the USB port. So, yes, to answer that question, yes, at least for the A50. Okay, it's also worth noting, this thing, if you get it from Walmart, Straight Talk phone, it will run off Verizon towers. If you buy it through Amazon, the unlocked version, then you can use it on ATT, Sprint, and something else. I don't remember. So, yeah, if you want Verizon towers, buy it through Walmart. If you want it through other AT&T and Sprint and everything else, buy the unlocked version off of Amazon. They're the same price. And I'll put a link for both of them down below in the description. And it's not just Verizon for the Straight Talk version. There's a couple other off carriers that it also works with for that version, but I don't see why you wouldn't want Verizon or AT&T or Sprint. So anyway, at least that's good to know. But yeah, I'll put the link down below in the description for both of those different versions, and they're the same price. So now let's look at the going from the Crown to the A10. This is the J7 Crown, and the A10 is the new model. I had a cheat sheet over here. The screen size is just a little bit bigger than the A10. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. I mean, we're talking like 0.3 inches. It's not great. The front camera and the back camera on the Crown is 13 megapixel. On the A10, it is 5 megapixel for the front and 8 megapixel for the rear. So the Crown wins as far as the camera goes, and both of them take HD video. Standby time, the A10 wins. The battery seems to be far better. Expandable memory, the A10 can expand up to 512 gigabytes. Sorry, 512 gigabytes. The Crown It says only 400. I don't know. I think I had 128. Yeah, 128 in mine. Internal memory, the A10 has 32 gigs, and the Crown only 16. So, bit of a difference there. And they're going to be about the same price. So, if you're looking at between those two, not that big of a deal. Okay. For the price points, not that big of a difference. Now let's look at the. Oops, I forgot to put the A10 back in here. Okay, now the A10 versus the A50. Yeah, the A10 versus the A50. Display size, the A10 is smaller, by 0.2 inches. So the A10 or the A50 is the same size as the A20, screen size wise. So I mean, if you want the screen size, it's 6.4 inches. I don't know. The resolution between the two, the A10 and the A20 are both 720p, but the A50 is 1080p. So you got that. And then in pixel density, the A10 and A20 are right around 270 ppi. One's 271, the other one's 268. And the A50 is 403 ppi. That's pixels per inch. So that's a pretty big jump. The A10, the technology has IPS LCD, and the A20 and A50 are Super AMOLED. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. That's how it's spelled. They really don't care. Of course, the screen to body percentages is the A50 is, 85.24% of screen to body. So this the body is just a little bit bigger than the screen. Not a whole lot. As far as features go, between the A10 and the A50, this thing says that the A10 only has a proximity sensor, which isn't that great. But the A50 has the scratch resistant glass. Well, I bought a glass protector. They're not that expensive. It's not that big of a deal. Anyway, I guess it's resistant glass to begin with. Ambient light sensor. I'm pretty sure the Crown had that. Or I'm sure the A10 might. It says it doesn't, but I don't know. I can't verify it. So the A50 has a chip. It is the Samsung Exynos. I don't know. 7 octa 9610. That's quite a bit higher than the Crown, and that's higher than the A10. It's actually pretty daggone fast if you look at it. 2300 megahertz octa-core ARM Cortex of A73 and ARM Cortex A53 64-bit. Of course, all three of these phones listed here are 64-bit, so not that big of a deal. The RAM in the A50 is 4 gigabyte. In the A10 it's 2, and in the A20 it's 3. Internal storage, A10 and A20 is 32 gigabytes, and in the A50 it is 128 gig internal. At least that's what this thing says. Let me make sure make sure I'm looking at the right one here. Yep, I am. Okay. So that's what it says. I don't know. You can expand all three phones up to 512 gigabytes. Of course, I only have a 128 gigabyte card in here, so it's not that big of a deal. They all have Android 9, which is Pie, and battery capacity. The A10 comes in at 3,400 milliamp hours, and the A50 and A20 both go to 4,000 milliamp hours for the battery. None of them are none of them are user replaceable. They're all fixed batteries, and the A50 has a lithium ion. Of course, I don't know about the other two. It doesn't really specify what kind of batteries they have. The A20 and the A50 are both super fast charging, or fast charging rather, I'm sorry, Type C connectors. I don't have any specs on the A10 as to whether or not it is or not. Cameras, the A10 and A20 are both 13 megapixels for the primary rear facing camera. And let me see if I can find the... No. Yeah, it doesn't say. Oh, okay, for the forward facing camera, it is, well, the A10 doesn't even say what the, no, it doesn't say. Oh, front, okay, forward facing A10 is 5 megapixel, A20 is 8 megapixel. The A50, 25 megapixel forward, 25 megapixel rear. But the rear has 3 cameras. So the one is 25, the other one's 8, and then the third one's 5. So that's quite the improvement there. The A20 does have 2 cameras, a 13 and a 5. Not, I mean, still good. Video recording, they all 3 record at 1080p at 30 frames per second. That's full HD. I mean, I don't know, the A50 has the hyperlapse digital imaging stabilizer. I haven't get to play with that, so I won't really understand all that until I get to play with it. As far as weight goes, the A50 is a little bit lighter than the other two. Like 2 grams lighter than the A10 and 3 grams lighter than the A20. All 3 are black plastic. And they all 3 have 2D face unlock. The A20 has the fingerprint touch, and the A50 has the in-screen fingerprint. The A10 doesn't have any. So, and the A50 also comes in, has the ability to come in more colors. I mean, blue, white, coral, black. And the A10, you're black, blue, and red. Not that big of a deal, though. Let's see, LTE. I mean, this is 4G. I think they're all 3 4G. Trying to look here for. See, this is LTE Cat 4. This is the A50 is LTE A Cat 6. It's at 300 over 50 megabits per second, which I don't know. And all 3 take nano SIMs. So if you're asking about that, they all 3 have the 3.5 millimeter jack. This one has Dolby Atmos as far as audio, and yeah, the other 2 just album art, background playback. Whatever. I don't know what that means. I'm not really listening to music on my phone. I got other things for listening to music. For now. And of course, if I'm listening to music, I'm listening through Amazon Music, and I don't, I grew up with record players, 8-track player, 8-track tapes, cassette tapes. Digital music is digital music. It all sounds the same. It's crisp, clear, and I don't get the difference between all this other junk with the music. Anyway, let's see. The A20 and A50 have the Type C. The A10 has the micro USB. And of course the A50 has the gyroscope, compass, and I don't know, something for flip covers, but I don't know. Oh, okay, Hall for flip covers. I assume that's the case that has the cover that goes over top, and when you open it up, it turns the screen on. I don't know. Not a big fan of those anyway. Let's see. VoIP, tethering, computer sync, and OTA sync. That's features of this, the A50. And that's pretty much the comparison of it. The A50 is quite a bit more powerful. I know. I mean, we're talking quite a bit, you know, and I don't know. It's one of those things, you say quite a bit today, but tomorrow, quite a bit's not so quite a bit. But it's a little more powerful. Is it worth the extra money? To me, the camera is what makes it worth the extra money. I don't know about you guys, but I can't speak for you. It's what you feel is worth the more money, not what I feel. Me, I'm about the camera. Not that I take a whole lot of pictures, but I do some videos. And if I can use this thing to do a video or two, and it's better than what the other other phones would have done, I'm happy with that. I don't care if I notice it, and you know, it's a matter of what looks better. So I'm happy with it. It's way better than the Crown. I mean, the A10 is better than the Crown, and the A10 is way worse than this. So yeah, it's way better than the Crown. It's a huge upgrade for me, and we'll see if it goes on sales this Black Friday or not. I hope. Anyway, we'll catch up with you guys later. Bye.